A fine commentary for Zakora today, on a kid who thinks people think bronies are gay. The guy takes down the ratings and filters the comments, assuming beforehand that people talk nonsense. But having met Clay and the sprocket of Ponder, I sit at my desk and endlessly wonder if making a video is ultimately worth it. But thoughts came to mind, so to making this I commit. You'll feel so embarrassed your face will turn orange as your ass gets debunked all the way back to Stonehenge. So herald the arrival of the one who is British, and really find out who is brave and who's skittish. Nah, I'm not using Zakora as an avatar, that's too obvious. I'll be damned if I end up running that gimmick right into the ground. And besides, Gale Force usurped the position of resident CC Zakora impersonator a long while back, so who knows if I'm any better at doing so. Anyway, short version is that another commentary request landed in my Ask FM, so let's have a gander. Also, yes, I managed to find a word that kind of rhymes with orange. I rock at this!
Well, I'm finally here. This is my first commentary I've ever made. In fact, the first video I've ever made that wasn't a report video for hackers on a Minecraft server, or a Mario Kart 8 highlight reel. I've been wanting to make a commentary for years, but I haven't made one sooner, because previously I didn't have the courage to make one.
Presumably because you'd be worried that someone well-known in the commentary community would come across your video and poke it full of holes, like, say, a certain mildly autistic British 22-year-old barista. But then again, seeing how Clay and Ponder are in the comments, it looks like I got beat to it. Why would you two do this to me? Is this payback for the fridge raiding, or is it for when I knocked over all your trash cans? Actually, no, scratch that, it better not be about the browser history, because I specifically told you to ignore it!
But since I'm finally out of school for summer, and I have nothing else to do right now, I might as well give this a shot and see how well it turns out. This commentary is going to be on a video uploaded in March of last year by the user Sergio Romero.
Wait, did I just hear that correctly?
March of last year. Nah,
it must have been a bird.
In the video, Sergio addresses the large amount of hate that the brony community receives. Yep, it's one of those videos. Despite the fact that this video was uploaded over a year ago, I decided to tackle it because nobody, as far as I know, has tackled it yet, and because as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to do something about it.
It was exactly my duty as a commentator to go after this video that had already received a ton of negative flack in the first place.
I'm the hero that this fandom deserves.
Honestly though, I took a quick look at Sergio Romero's channel and, well, I'm not gonna instantly jump to the conclusion that he's a troll, but it's pretty obvious that he's going for the childish exaggeration angle, whether intentional or not. And frankly, it seems like the kind of thing that would inspire all sorts of generic, no, you're wrong commentaries. I mean, I'd be lying by omission if I didn't say that I have a bit of a history of going after some pretty easy targets myself, but obviously the line has to be drawn somewhere. But hey, Sergio's video doesn't seem to be a commentary bandwagon. I mean, even if it is a year old, I could overlook that if he brings humorous, clever, and thought-provoking points to the situation. Okay, Tex, I thought you were bugging David's channel!
Anyways, without further ado, let's start the commentary.
If I had a penny for every time someone used the phrase "without further ado" as an opening segue to their commentary, I'd be seriously worried about the resulting effect on the economy. And my pockets, where would I keep them all?
Crap.
Well, I don't know where the hell you've been, but bronies have been getting flack ever since the show aired. It's just that now, they're getting even more hate than before. And some of that hate is well justified.
Such as what exactly? I mean, granted, Glue Gunner does elaborate on this a tiny bit further on in the video, but when that's the case, what's the point of keeping it until later, other than to drag out the runtime with repetition? And about this text here, if you're going to correct yourself on a sweeping generalization, the least you can do is make it abundantly clear that that's what you think, rather than compressing it to a brief flash frame length text box. Especially since lengthier commentaries tend to be good for running in the background while you're doing something else, meaning that audio is pretty much paramount in that situation. I mean, I know that's how I like seeing commentaries most of the time, and TOG already brought that scenario up before, so don't leave us hanging here. Especially since this same situation with using text to bring across a point rather than something more sensible like an audio duck is a problem that occurs throughout this whole commentary, as you'll swiftly notice. So whenever I'm counteracting the text, I'll have it read out with text-to-speech software just for that very purpose. Oh, and about that whole business of him saying that bronies have been getting flack for a long while, I want you to keep in mind that he said that, because as the old saying goes, yes, it does bite him in the arse later.
Crapped on and everything. But I just want to say that, why?
As a brony, you should at least have an idea as to why people don't like you guys. Stupid, pointless bullshit.
Oh, okay, great to know that you're skipping a part of the video that you weren't intended to commentate on outside of that one generic easy-to-miss quip in the text. Now, quick question here.
Why did you leave in that part before it?
You like SpongeBob, don't you? You liked SpongeBob when you were little? What's so wrong? What's the difference? What's the freaking difference? Huh? just because it's a girly show, oh, ponies, doesn't make it freaking different. How is that different?
How the fuck can you not see the differences between those two shows? My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is intended for 6 to 13-year-old girls. SpongeBob is also a kid's show, but due to certain circumstances, people consider it to be a show for everyone, even if it might not be.
Okay, great, glad we're getting somewhere. Now mind telling me what those different circumstances are, and if there were different circumstances resulting in what TV tropes would refer to as a periphery demographic, couldn't the same thing be said about MLP?
Let it go. I don't understand how it's freaking different. How? How is it different? Tell me.
L-E-F-U-C-K! Do you not see the differences between those two completely different cartoons?
Well, I don't really get the impression that he did think those cartoons were almost alike to the point of ignoring any differences between them, but okay. I mean, it's not like similar does not equal identical or something.
Are talking crap on the internet.
Implying that everyone that doesn't like bronies openly talk shit about them.
Because it's not like he was specifically addressing the people who were talking shit about the bronies rather than everyone who is at most indifferent to the fandom. No, making assumptions about implications that aren't really there is a whole lot easier than actually paying attention to what he's saying and applying rational thought instead of smart-sounding buzz phrases. Hey, Glue Gunner, have you ever considered introducing yourself to Movie Bob's haters? Because with something like that, I get the impression that you'd get along with them famously.
Stop! Stop! You better stop watching that show. Seriously. I mean, what's so wrong about watching a TV show?
The thing is that there's nothing wrong with watching My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That's not the thing. That's not the main reason why people hate bronies so much.
The reason is, okay, I guess you're saving that one for later then.
Seriously, bronies are gonna be the next generation.
Couldn't resist.
Of you guys, of Skrillex and dubstep.
What the hell is this shit about Skrillex and dubstep? That literally has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
In what way? Sergio was bringing up how bronies are a natural part of the next generation, and knowing that Skrillex and dubstep are two key elements of the strawman of the next generation, he brought them up as key elements of the next generation that the brony community deserves to be alongside, if not above. His point was that bronies are an inescapable presence of the near future generations of fandoms. Context. It is a wonderful thing. Try comprehending it.
Dubstep and everything. Bronies will be God!
Nah, there's no way. Bronies like you are too embarrassing.
Must resist Alanis Morissette clip.
Bronies are gonna take over the internet, okay?
Sorry to break it to you, but literally no fan base is big enough to take over the internet. Hell, not even the Minecraft fan base could.
That would actually depend on what Sergio meant by taking over the internet. I mean, if he meant in the sense of running and owning the internet, then yeah, I could see where you're coming from. But if we're going by the even more likely theory that he meant bronies are ubiquitous throughout the internet, then, well, what was that you said earlier?
I don't know where the hell you've been.
Hell, going back to the Minecraft example you gave, that's an even more prominent example of that, seeing how that game is so popular that I can walk into any of the 3 branches of game I happen to live within a decent distance of, and find an entire section dedicated to Minecraft merchandise. It's pretty obvious that Minecraft already has gotten far and beyond the point of taking over the internet. Now, if that isn't what you assumed he meant by taking over the internet, well, good for you, but you still lose points for being just as, if not even more, vague than Sergio was in his statement.
I'm boycotting this.
Hell, do you even know what it means to boycott something?
Okay, bronies are gonna be... seriously, why? Why? How is this so wrong? How are bronies so wrong? How are bronies? Oh my god. So fucking pissed off.
Okay, now bronies themselves are not wrong. Well, at least most of them aren't wrong. It's just that there are things that a lot of bronies do that people really don't like. A huge example? Clopping. Or creating clop.
Oh, groovy. You finally give an example of some sort and then instantly kill all the goodwill in me with a distracting audio cut-off. Yay!
Why? How is that bad? I don't know. God! Bronies aren't bad! They're not gay. They're not anything but that!
Now that right there is just fucking hilarious. You know why? I don't think he realizes that he just said that bronies aren't anything but gay. That means he just called them gay. You must be a really smart kid.
Sir, did you not listen back at that statement you just made? I mean, let's just go with the assumption that Sergio definitely isn't a troll and is 100% serious. You're still sitting there sarcastically snarking about an alleged lack of smartness on the part of a kid. Okay, there's easy targets, and then there's implicitly picking on someone less than your own size. I mean, I'd excuse it if this was the same as my Blaze Nitromian commentary where I did my best to avoid the snark, but seeing this statement right now has pretty much dashed all hopes in my mind that you'll ever be above doing that.
You didn't know that bronies weren't gay? Not all bronies were gay? Seriously, how dare you guys say that?
Well, first of all, it's the internet, and we can say and do whatever the hell we want.
No.
If someone's saying something to you that you don't like, you can just block them. I mean, hell, it's a lot better than bitching about it to people who don't give a shit.
Well, then he can't be addressing you, seeing as you clearly do give a shit. You know, what with you dredging up a year-old video just to do a 12-minute commentary on it, so what's the problem here?
We are not gay. We are not. I hate you. All of you. We are gonna boycott this.
You don't know what the hell that means. Stop saying it.
You already made that point earlier. It's getting old, and if it's firmly established that you can audio duck, then what's with all the last-minute text quips throughout the video? The only impression I get from that is that there was so much you wanted to cram in at the last minute after recording. I mean, if that only happened once or twice in the video, then I wouldn't have much room to complain about that. I recall doing the same thing before, sometimes with annotations. The issue, however, is that it doesn't happen once or twice. It happens quite a lot.
You guys and bronies, give this a thumbs up.
Well, judging by the like to dislike ratio on this video, I'm going to guess that majority of bronies disliked it. I mean, hell, not even a brony would appreciate this.
Oh joy, another strange distracting audio edit. How I have missed thee.
Pay for this, okay? You're gonna pay for this.
Well, you might not want to fuck with this kid, because after all, he seems pretty skilled in using the block button and spamming people.
At least I think he may be.
Because research and showing evidence is too hard. It's my first commentary, you guys. Cut me some slack.
What was that you said earlier? If someone's saying something to you that you don't like, you can just block them.
You created a time paradox.
You're gonna pay for this, okay? You're gonna pay! You're gonna pay, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Fucking try me, kid. Like you could do anything.
No!
Seriously, I don't see any other videos of bronies just coming up.
Well, the least you could have done is at least try to find some.
You know, like how I didn't do when I called Sergio out for blocking and spamming. Fuck it, I can't resist it anymore. Play the clip.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
I know this is my first video.
Hey, well, welcome to the party. This is also my first video, but your first impression has been abysmal so far.
Am I really needed here? The video's doing a fine job of criticizing itself. I'll just be downstairs. I'm kind of hungry.
Yes, 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 yes. It's Marmite time.
I mean, seriously. You don't even know. You don't even know.
Oh, really? You don't think that I can relate to how you feel right now? You know how I can? Because I used to be a brony a few years ago.
Oh no, he's not seriously gonna say what I think he's about to say.
The reason why I'm not a brony anymore is because of the incredibly abysmal fan base.
Oh Boo-hoo! A fanbase is something you once liked as a bunch of bad apples in it. That's totally going to affect you. I mean, I know from first-hand experience several years ago that a good number of the Metallica fans are absolute morons, and yet Ride the Lightning is still an album that I like even years after first listening to it. If you start distancing yourself from the source material because of the bad apples in the audience, then frankly that's not really the source material or the fandom's problem. I mean, you do bring up that you also got tired of the show, but you place so much weight on the fanbase itself given the subject of your commentary that you might as well have just stopped right there.
You motherfuckers. I hate you motherfuckers. You don't know who's right and who's wrong. I mean, who are you to be judging?
Like I said before, it's the internet. We can say whatever the hell we want.
I'm still hungry. I'll just be back down in the kitchen while this clip does the commentary for me.
No.
It's Marmite time.
Who are you to be judging? Bronies? They're the new dubstep.
People still give a shit about dubstep?
Yes. I mean, it is a popular genre with many different artists having noticeable different takes on the kind of sounds behind it, leaving aside the fact that the genre has been around for a long time, given that it has its roots in artists as far back as 1998, such as Scream. This is also leaving aside the fact that your point isn't even relevant to what he said. He's saying that the bronies are the new dubstep, once again making the point that bronies are going to be the new thing that's popular throughout this generation. Two different ways of completely missing the same point at two different points in the video. How do you even do that?
I'm gonna end this video here.
It's about time. Now I can go back to whacking my dick to Clop. Rainbow Dash has such a cute ass.
This joke was brought to you by Net Emotional Vocal Delivery and Carl's Jr.
Ish, I've seen plenty of MLP smut myself, and even that joke made me cringe.
Besides, Sakura's ass is cuter anyway. She is, after all, the desktop image on my computer. Slurp, tongue bath.
Motherfuckers better not leave any negative comments.
Don't worry, I don't think that'll be an issue.
This applies for every fanbase in existence, yet you still went with the idea of disassociating yourself from MLP and cited the fanbase as one of your reasons. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, damn it, I need some more Marmite over here!
You know, I'm gonna end this video here.
It was supposed to have ended.
I work, I die, I work again.
I'm trying to spread the message that bronies aren't gay. Bronies aren't all of that bad. Even my dad says that it's gay, and my dad thinks I'm gay, but I'm not.
Huh, that kinda reminds me of something.
I watch My Little Pony, Dad.
What?
I watch My Little Pony with my friends. I'm a brony.
That's really gay.
That will never not be funny.
Unfortunately, humour is subjective and context is everything, so I frankly beg to differ.
I'm gonna end the video here. You guys better freaking stop hating on bronies.
And all of the anti-bronies immediately retreat.
I don't know, man. That there army of the dead is looking mighty battle-hungry.
Bye.
And that's the end of the video.
Oh, really? I thought it was the intermission. Shame, I was about to get up and get popcorn for all, but it looks like my hopes and dreams are dashed!
My advice to bronies, don't let haters impact you so much. And my advice to anti-bronies, it's fine to not like bronies, but at least have a good reason to not like it.
Hey, anyone remember earlier when Glue Gunner said this?
Bronies have been getting flack ever since the show aired. It's just that now they're getting even more hate than before.
Yeah, like that advice is going to be anything more than merely token, even if the video you went after was recent.
That said, I'm pretty much done here. That's it for my first commentary, I guess. The next video I'm going to make is planned to be a rant on DeviantArt. I haven't seen a lot of those rants, so yeah, I might as well make one because there are a lot of problems I have with the site.
Oh please, don't flood the place with material. Everywhere will look far too samey.
And if I later find out that the video that I just commentated on is actually bait and it isn't legit, then I guess I take back the entire commentary then.
Thus meaning that I may have just wasted the last 13 minutes of my life thanks to that flimsy qualifier? And now, a list of things I could have been doing in the past 13 minutes that would have been more productive. Finishing off my Mad Max box set. Playing Ironcast while something lengthy and intelligent sounding plays in the background. Playing Honey Pop with the volume turned down and the lights turned off. Well, it's daytime, of course I'm not going to show you that. Asking Monsieur Popo to review Bop Kai. Spraying cologne into my eyes. I'm sorry, what? Wondering if pixie dust tastes like lemon sherbet. Watching more of my box set of The Office. Making a list of songs that would be funny to combine with Twerk by Juicy J.
What you doing, girl, with all that? Up and down, man, that booty real bad. Run around.
Finding new ways to exploit hashtag ban Sam Pepper. Finding new ways to exploit hashtag say it to my face Bob. Listening to inky ASMR through my headphones while I try to go to sleep. Finding all new ways to make Duke 86 fan want my guts for garters. Or doing a commentary on something other than this. Huh. Funny how it all comes back to that, isn't it?
It's Marmite time.